Hello everyone, this is Iana, Florida's teacher, and we're starting my new floss tube. I don't know what's the number because I didn't do floss tubes for a while, so you'll see the number in the name of the video. So yesterday I got some mail and look what I ordered. I ordered a frames. There are like 2 more colors, but I didn't unpack them yet. But I'm going to try these 2 for my Citibank that I was stitching. Oopsies, upside down. That I was stitching basically the whole year. So we will try it a little bit later in a few moments. And also, it was like a very good price for these frames. For a set of 4, they're 6x6. I decided that they should be very good for Mill Hill designs. So I got 4 of them because I have a lot of Mill Hill designs in my collection. And not a lot, but enough for all 4 frames. Okay, so I got 4 of them. And they were like very nicely priced for 4 pieces. I believe I paid something like $14, which is very good. And I'll try to do the link below. So far my links somehow did not work for Amazon links. I could not leave any links on under my videos and my descriptions, but I guess now it works. That option works. Also, I ordered little floss drops. The price is not too cool. I was hoping I could find them cheaper. Maybe I'll find them cheaper on not Amazon but AliExpress. Just plastic things. No ring, but I have lots of rings. And if I wouldn't, I would go to Dollar Tree and buy extra. So when I looked at them in real life, I was very disappointed because I was thinking they're cuter. They had cuter pictures on Amazon, but then I realized that they covered each and every floss drop with a little film to keep them beautiful, and that's how they look like and without that little film. So let's move the frames. I'll show you. It's pretty much invisible, right? So we need something dark to get it. Still not much more visible, but as you see, it's pretty much cute, right? Pretty much cute, because sometimes I do need floss drops. I do not like floss drops. I usually like floss drop panels or whatever they are, like when you have the whole set of holes in one plastic thing, like real floss organizers. But sometimes I need just like 1 or 2 colors to be on the floss drops, like especially when they're like extra floss in dimensions kids. You know what am I talking about, right? So I got this. It's gorgeous. Not gorgeous, just regular. In my opinion, they're a little overpriced. It's like $7 for 20 of them. I would prefer to not pay that much for this amount of plastic things, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a good price. Also, guys, look what else did I get. That's a beautiful case for my daughter. She was wonderful. She finished her 6th grade math class that she took virtually online while she was still in 5th grade, and she got A, 96 something %. So since she's so amazing, I decided to get her something. So this is the case for her little love of diamond painting. Unfortunately, the one that I got yesterday was missing a cap and I had to reorder, but they already delivered the new one and I returned the old one. So butterflies, it was on sale, like $17 or something like that, maybe 18. And they have the little funnel over there, all those sticks, extra purple. That's her favorite color. What is that? Wax. And big one. I don't know what is that. Like little bathtub. A little bathtub for the diamonds. And there are two little somewhere there. And extra bags and stickers. So it's gorgeous. It's wonderful. I don't know how many jars over here. I do believe I ordered 60 colors. And she's very excited to organize her diamonds because she started projects. I got her cat shaped coasters, I guess. Yeah, and she does that stuff. She's working on them. I guess 3 of them are done and a few more have to be done soon. And it's beautiful. Look at these jars. But I guess like whoever is doing diamond painting, you know, that it's cool to have this kind of case in here. All right, and we're going to experiment with my Citibank from Mill Hill. So we're trying the frame that is like, looks like old painted frame, like worn colored already. It looks beautiful and I want to try this color too. It looks beautiful. I wanted something fancier for this. I wanted something with the golden, maybe like a little stripe of gold right in here or in there, but I could not find anything that would match my description or my desires, so I decided to end up with something not as fancy as I want it to be. Okay, that's the white one, and that's the gray one. I think gray looks very good, but the white one looks better. Don't you think so? I think the white is going here. The gray will be for something else. Also, tonight I'm going to keep working on my vase with sunflowers from Luca S. It's a very old retired kit already. You probably won't be able to find it because it was just like, I bought it in 2008, I guess, maybe 2009 beginning. So I'm going to keep working on this side. And hopefully I will finish this line. And also, I have a dream and I will make it. I want to add 3 jars for May 3rd and 2nd and 1st, because today is May 3rd already. And I'm starting my new Flosstube. Yay! So we'll see how it goes. Pretty much, I think it's going to be a boring month because we will have just warm and hot weather. So it's basically going to be yellow and orange jars only. Maybe reds for super hot days. And also they have some fancy color, not just like temperature colors. Maybe it will be interesting up there for May, and we'll see how it looks tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is Sunday, May the 4th be with you. I just remembered, and these are first 4 jars for my temperature chart. And as promised, the colors are boring, just orange and yellow shades, because the lowest are warm temperatures and the highest are warmer temperatures. And most likely it's going to be like that until the mid-June. Or if we're lucky enough, we may get some hot days. And if we're really, really lucky, we can get some colder mornings, like average temperature mornings. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to work on today in a moment. And today I keep working on my peonies, bouquet of peonies from Lucas. So let's see how the work goes today. And this is how it looks after I made 152 stitches on it. Unfortunately, again, did not have much time to finish it, but I'm getting there. I added some white, like real white threads, and I'm so happy, like never before, that I chose to stitch it not on the aida, the white aida that was provided with the kit, but on the light blue fabric, because look, I can see the white stitches. And I have very big trouble being able to see white stitches on the white aida. I don't know how about you guys. Alright, this is what I did yesterday, and this is what am I going to work on today. And this is the sunflower pumpkin Mill Hill, and I have to add just beads. I don't know how many beads I have to add, how many more, but all of them that were supposed to be in the pumpkin. So I can't wait to finish this sunflower project. At least one of them should be done, right? Unfortunately, there will be no any beautiful sunsets today. It's too cloudy, but the sun should be somewhere there. And the weather is nice. It was really hot today. My daughter spent a whole hour in the water. She's happy about that. The water was nice, she said, but that's just her opinion. Pretty much nice and calm. And it's Wednesday, May 7th, 2024. No, I'm lying. It's May 7th. It is May 7th, Wednesday. The year is 2025. Hello everyone, it's already Thursday, May 8th. And unfortunately, I cannot be proud about the progress because I did not really have time to do anything. However, I was able to add some dark chocolate beads, like brown beads, to the pumpkin, sunflower pumpkin, and that's basically all the progress. Then I went to the beach, and you probably see how it was on the beach. It was a nice weather. I really loved it over there. We spent so much time with my family, and I was stitching and talking, so we had quality time. This is what I ended up with. I added 209 stitches. There were some stitches over here, but apparently they got frogged, so I removed them. These are supposed to be flip-flops. The rest of it, I guess, is the sand. I do believe, seriously, flip-flops just need to be finished with the backstitch, and I will do it later when I will complete the stitches around the flip-flops. So that's basically all of my progress, guys. I did stitch something else. basically my temperature stitching and a little bit of my sunflowers, but the progress is basically very invisible because I did a few stitches here and there. Unfortunately, I do have some days that are not very stitchy, but it's okay. And I guess we will have a lot of more days like that because we need extra money, and we will have to pick up all the side hustles possible and impossible to make sure we survive these tough times. Also, there was like a very unpleasant surprise. I was eating chocolate ice cream and I had like a little spot over here. Yeah, before we went to the beach, we ate ice cream in the car. And my ice cream was chocolate and I got a spot up there. And the fun thing that the spot appeared after I stitched. After I ate the ice cream, it's been like 2 hours after. And when I got the actual spot over there, but you still can see something visible over there, but I was able to remove the very obvious part of the spot. I hope when I will be washing the whole thing after I finish, I will be able to completely remove that spot. And if it's not, I'm okay with that. And next couple of days, I won't have too much time to stitch, unfortunately. However, I will try to stitch some of my pumpkin beads. I believe it's supposed to be orange beads next, but I didn't make the complete choice yet. So I will see in a couple of days with some sort of changes in this pumpkin and maybe new plans. We'll see how it goes. Hello everyone, it's already Monday. No, I'm lying, it's not Monday, it's even Tuesday, May 13th. And unfortunately I did not stitch much at all, did not have time, but I finished the pumpkin, the sunflower pumpkin. I was supposed to do something with that on Sunday to finish it, but unfortunately Sunday and yesterday and even today it was raining, so I did not even cut it out. Maybe just because I wanted to show you how it looks finished on the whole piece of perforated paper. But I'm going to cut it out and glue it to a piece of felt, and I will make it as a magnet. It was supposed to be an ornament, but I wanted it to be the magnet, so I'll just cut it out and I will do my regular thing with magnetizing things to the door of the fridge. Excuse me. I believe the pumpkin is actually very beautiful, amazing and gorgeous. And the beads are so cute. The majority of them are matte finished, so they're not shiny, but they still give the volume. So beautiful. I believe it's beautiful. It looks bigger in camera than it is in real life. Alright, since I'm in the pumpkin mode, guys, I found this in the magazine. It's just cross stitch. What is this? Fall of 2024, I guess it is. I think I found it one of Joanne's, and I fell in love with them, like at least half of the designs. And this is my #1 priority right now, because pumpkins, I like the orange is my favorite color, green is my favorite color, yellow is my favorite color, and I love pumpkins and sunflowers and pumpkins. And I really want to start this. I'm going to use whatever I have in my stash, so it's not going to be exactly as it was suggested to be done. But I think it's going to turn out perfectly cute and wonderful. And I can't wait to start this pumpkin already. Already I want to start this pumpkin. Isn't it crazy? I was thinking to start in the middle, but I really want to start with this pumpkin, so we'll go right here. I don't know when the start is going to happen. This is going to be my Stitch Mania project. Alright, also, you know that I'm a mom, and past weekend it was Mother's Day, and I ordered, a long time ago, I ordered a vintage dimensions kit. Can you guess what is this? Can you guess what is this? Alright, you probably can, because there's so many designs with this kind of color ranges. And this is Walk Into Town. I surely saw it stitched. She didn't finish stitching it, but she's still stitching. Jan, the caffeinated crafter. And I thought I want it, and I went on eBay and I saw it being sold for like insane amount of money. And I was scrolling. I finally found this thing. It was just something around $35, but it was coming from Canada, and I got it. I believe it's a wonderful deal. I did not get it. I told my husband that he has to get it for me for Mother's Day. It was till January, I guess. And he actually made it, and he kept it until Mother's Day. He didn't show me anything. I just told him to check if everything is okay in there. If everything that's supposed to be there is there. So he checked, he said everything is in there, as far as we can say, and I'm very happy about that. Can't wait to stitch it. It's such a good design. It seems to be simple, easy. It won't take that much time as the Holiday Village is taken to me, but there's still lots of tones of backstitch, but I'm not afraid of backstitch. I'm a little bit afraid of these beautiful snowflakes. Do you know what is this? Right, French knots, and I'm not very good with them yet because I don't have enough experience, but hopefully I'll master that too. This is just cute and beautiful and perfect. Alright, also guys, I didn't tell you, I went to Joann's for the last time in my life, and I got upset again. I didn't find whatever I was looking for, not for myself, not for my daughters, and I decided it's time to say my final goodbyes to Joann's. And I was like a freak standing in the middle of the store saying goodbye Joann forever. It was pleasure to be in your life, and it was pleasure to have you in my life, and I left that store, and unfortunately I will never go there again. So I guess Hobby Lobby and local needlecraft stores are going to be my next destinations. Thankfully I have a couple of Hobby Lobbies around in the area, and I do have Michael's right next to my house, and I do have L&S stores, at least one pretty much close to, like 20-30 minutes away from me. I'm going in that direction anyways, sometimes in a while. Alright. I don't know what should I tell you, what I'm going to do today, because right now I'm going to do the dinner, and if I work on something I will show you the result, because honestly I don't think I will work on something too much today. Maybe just my temperature chart, which is pretty much boring at this point because we have just yellow and orange colors to use, and it's going to be boring next half a year. Alright, see you later when I will be able to get in and show you something interesting. Hello everyone, it is Saturday. I think it's May 24th, it is. And unfortunately it's been a while, like a big while, because I do not have time to stitch anymore in my life. But I'm still trying to find any moment to do that, and I will keep doing that because stitching is something that keeps my mind in some sort of sanity. And I'm pretty sure you definitely know what am I talking about. So I'm very sad that I cannot stitch. But this is the only project that I kept working on through all of these days. Sometimes I was falling behind, but then I was catching up. But still, I'm pretty much good. I have to add one more big jar right here for today. And I'm going to do it very soon. And also there will be like 3 corks for these 2 jars and the new one. As you see, I started to use the red colors. Red colors is for the hottest weather possible, according to the designers. But I bought another, as you remember, maybe you don't remember, but I bought another like variegated color, also DMC, and it was supposed to be my super hot days or heat wave days or hurricane, tornado, like crazy weather days. I was honestly a little bit disappointed with this choice of red. I was thinking it's going to be something brighter, and this looks like wine to me, like red wine color. And when I made this first tiny jar, I was a little bit upset, and I was thinking immediately I'm going to change all the colors. But then I stitched this big one, and I loved it. It reminded me my childhood and my grandpa drinking wine, because I'm coming from the wine country. My grandpa, he had 3 really large barrels of wine in his basement. But it's not basement like American basement. It's basement for keeping, guys, your stuff for the winter, your food. So it's basically the food storage that is always like the same temperature no matter what the weather is outside. And they were 3 large barrels of wine, and not just barrels, they were also like big giant bottles of wine. I don't know how to call them, and it reminds me of my childhood. It was fun. Surely those barrels were filled with fresh wine juice like grape juice, every year, every October. And then it was doing the magic in the barrel. I don't know how often, actually not how often, what time after you started your wine, when you put it in the barrel, how long you should wait until you can drink the wine. I guess my grandpa was very patient about that. I guess he was waiting at least 2 years until he would drink that wine that he just started. But I might be wrong, because it was a long time ago, okay? We had the press in the yard for pressing the juice out of the grapes, so now I'm very happy with this choice of color of red. I'm not complaining anymore. So, what else did I do? As I told you, I finished the pumpkin. I was supposed to finish it, I'm like half of it, last Sunday, but unfortunately the Sunday went wrong. Not wrong, but not as planned. And I'm just doing that today. You see, I already glued a piece of felt over the magnet, and as soon as it's set, better not that wet as now, I'll cut it out, and I'm going to have a beautiful sunflower pumpkin, and I think to give it away to one of my child. That's cool. And because I believe she is a sunflower, and she was born in August, and it's official sunflower month for me, because like there is somewhere National Sunflower Day celebrated in the beginning of August. So she's going to get it. And the pumpkin actually looks gorgeous, in my personal opinion. According to Mill Hill, it's supposed to be the ornament, but I have a lot of extra magnets, so I added the magnet right here. It's going to be the magnet for her. If they want to keep it, I do not care much, honestly. I hope they will. They usually do, but we never know how it will go for sure. All right, and I'm also guilty a little bit because I started a new project, and it's also about pumpkins, as I promised. I guess it was last video. Maybe I didn't make that video. Maybe I had it in my head, because sometimes lately, since I'm working too much, the reality and the dreams sometimes mix together, and I'm not sure all the time which was in real life and which I was dreaming about. All right, let me show you how it's supposed to look like. All right, this is the project. It's from Just Cross Stitch magazine, last year, 2024, fall edition. And I'm obsessed with pumpkins, and I love orange, and I love green color. I love fall. So everything together in one thing. So this is half of the first pumpkin. It is this one. And I am very pleased. It's like a primitive style, I would say, but it's going so well for me. I don't really have to count because the pattern is very clear. And I don't know, I just enjoy it. I'm using whatever is in my stash. I do not use whatever is recommended. But as soon as I'm done, I do plan to put on under my video. Maybe not as soon as I'm done, but as soon as I'm moving to the last pumpkin, probably I will make. I will notice under the video in the description which colors I actually used for each pumpkin. Or I will make it on a little note, and I will film that little note. So isn't it cool? I believe it's going to be okay at the end. And this is my pumpkin. Everything is going wonderful. I'm using the DMC, I believe it's antique white fabric, 28 count. I can say I enjoy stitching in it, but it's not that bad, not as bad as people describe sometimes. I definitely loved this Weigert more than this one, definitely. And I did not try any other brands yet. But at the same time, this is not very see-through. It's pretty much thick and wonderful, good for projects, probably like pillows, maybe little wallets, little pouches. So it's pretty much good. I can't say I do not recommend it, but I also do not say I very recommend it. It was really stiff. I had to actually wash it at first because it was too much of starchy feeling, too much of stiffness. So this is my stitching life right now, and I hope I will see you tomorrow. At least I have a plan to see you tomorrow with my bouquet of peonies. Never mind, people, it is still Saturday. I didn't go far away because I forgot to share my little thing. I finally bought myself this kind of pouch to keep my projects in there, and I keep my pumpkins in here. And I found this pouch. There were like actually 2 in a set at Target, guys, and it was just like $4 something. They were like 2 like, I don't know, it's just regular size, pretty much big size. As you see, the whole magazine fits in there. 2 pouches of this size, or there was another set with the pouch of this regular size, and another pouch was like smaller, like this, smaller. And maybe next time I will go and buy that set too. Why not? It can be a spender. Also, forgot to mention about this thing. There's a pumpkin. I don't know if you ever saw it, but if you did not, this is the pumpkin from AliExpress. This is the needle minder. Also, as you see, my frame is a little bit upside down, and I'm okay with that. I stitch this way. I put an edge of it on the edge of the table, and another edge is sitting on my lap or on my big belly, depending on where actually I'm stitching, on the bottom of the project or on the top. And I'm stitching this way, and it works well for me. Some people, honestly, they put it this way, but they flip the pattern in the pattern keeper or whatever they use it. I was able to transfer into the pattern keeper like a PDF. I was able to scan it from the magazine, and then I transferred it into the pattern keeper, and it worked well this time. It's not always working well, but this time it worked well. So the problem is that all of my large enough frames, scroll frames, are taken by other projects, and I'm not really willing to take the frames off, like the rods, the projects off the rods. I just took this part to make it shorter, so I just flipped it, and I'm stitching it this way. I don't know if I made any sense talking to you about my tricks, but I hope you understand the point, because English is not my first language. And another problem, which is a bigger problem, that English is not my first language, is that I'm working too much and my brain is tired. I'm working, I'm stitching, I'm trying to keep myself healthy too, so it's a lot of work. And I have to cook healthy meals and do some sort of workout at least a little bit every day. So okay, I don't like to complain. Let's stop it. And now definitely I will see you tomorrow on Sunday, and I will show you my peonies, and I hope I will make some sort of progress with them. Today is Memorial Day, and I missed Sunday. I basically didn't stitch any peonies on Sunday, unfortunately. Here they are. Here how they look like. I don't know why it shows it's so dark. It's not dark outside at all. So here they are. Nothing moved since April. It's a shame that I didn't have time to stitch anything in this project during peony season. May is peony season. But they are in season 2 in June, a little bit of June, so I'll catch up, I guess. So just in case, remember how they look like right now, and I hope I will have a little bit of time to stitch at least 100 more stitches today, and they will look better. But I don't know yet, because it's already late, and not too much time left before bedtime. Also, today I'm going to resume stitching my, I call it patriotic blanket. So here is the picture of what it should be looking like soon, hopefully. And it's a log cabin quilt. It's very cute. I treat it as patriotic blanket. So also over the Saturday and a little bit of Sunday, I was able to finish majority of the stitches for the first pumpkin. Actually, that's the second pumpkin, but the first I stitched on the projects of Plenty of Pumpkins from Cross Stitch magazine. So it doesn't look like a pineapple. I was stitching it and when I was like 2/3 were done already, my kids started to ask like, "Are you sure that's not a pineapple? Are you sure that's not a pineapple?" It definitely looks like a pineapple. And maybe I will make a pineapple like that. Maybe that's a good idea. So when I added some of the border, and it's growing. I just need to add to fill this empty stitches are over here. And I also plan to add the stem or whatever is that. And it's gonna be it for this pumpkin. But I'm happy with the result. Looks like a big pumpkin, but actually it's not really big. Just like that. Well, let's see again how these two projects look like, so we can compare when I will work on them a little bit more, and I'll show you the result later. Hello friends, and I am on my way to Key West, and this is the first stop. It's actually still Tampa Bay, but it's the best rest area I've ever been. Do you know why it's the best? Because it's right in the ocean. It's not the ocean, it's the Gulf, but it's amazing. So it's on Skyway Bridge. It's I-275. If you're gonna be here, please stop by. They have wonderful views, and they have very nice, pretty much recently remodeled bathrooms. So highly recommending to stop right here. No matter which way you go, you can get off, and both of the rest areas are wonderful. I am pretty convinced I'm able to go and touch the water, but I'm not going to do that. The tide is very high. Nice. All right, see you later in a few miles. This is Key West, and this is Hemingway house, and his very famous 6-paw kittens are still here. Isn't he cute? And that's another kitty. Someone touched him before and he was very angry about that, but we do not touch, we obey the rules. And he also has 6 toes / fingers, we're not sure. And look at this beautiful garden, guys. Look at him, he's so cute. Look at him. There's a little cat house with food and water. And one more cat, and I didn't film you 3 more that we passed. One was like the king of the house, probably because he was sitting in front of the fan. In the rest, I don't know what is it, gazebo. So peaceful, but this cat has just regular amount of toes / fingers. And as far as I remember, this is the first ever pool on Key West, or at least the first pool house on Key West. House with a pool. And the pool is pretty much big, I would say. But no one is allowed to be in there anymore. But the cats probably, but they are not willing to go there as we know. And look at this cat. Look at this cat. It has enormous amount of toes. And there's a wonderful bed. Hemingway bed. He had a better bed that I do have right now. And there's someone else, not Hemingway, who's sleeping over here. But this creature's name could be Ernest. Why not? That's the bathroom with the nicest view cover. It's pretty much good for almost 100 years ago, I believe. Here he is. He is extremely comfortable. Alright, we got a book and the magnet and the wooden kit. And I'm excited to read this book. I never read it in English, guys. So it's gonna be my first time reading it in original language. I'm excited. The Key West thing. Wild roosters and hens. And we saw bigger chicks already, and these are freshly new hatched ones. And we got mojitos. It was $15 for two. And that's the beach. It doesn't look very nice today because all the seaweed over there came to the shore, but we found a spot where we can actually do some water fun. Famous Key West sunsets and sunset celebrations. Okay, it's time to leave, and we have a tradition like everybody else probably. We're throwing pennies in the water. Bye bye Key West, we will definitely be back. This is the overseas highway, if you didn't know. And I'm going back home. Back to stitching. And here I am back home, back to normal routine. Honestly, I didn't stitch much, but I believe I added up to 250 stitches on it. I can count because I'm counting the whole row when I'm stitching, but I do believe it was that much. But we never know. We never know. Maybe it was just 200 stitches. So eventually I'll be there. I'm approaching my 20% benchmark slowly, because 3 rows in the bottom or on top, anywhere 3 rows, it will be 20%. Next, this is the peonies, and this is something I'm going to work on today. And also today I'm going to finish my temperature chart, which is like magic potions, and I will show it to you today. Not today, maybe it will be not done by the dark time, but I plan to finish it today, and tomorrow I'm going to show you the whole piece, and it will be done for the month. And I had something else to do, so I ended up sitting here until like really dark time. And possums are walking around me. This is my mojito because I'm still on vacation mode. And this is what I'm stitching. I had a goal to make at least 200 stitches, and I made 219 stitches totally. So I was basically stitching right here, and a lot of stitches were done over here. So it looks a little more like pink. than green, finally. And I found out that this part, all of the stitches are a little bit frogged because since I'm stitching on Belfast, so I'm stitching 2/2, and I missed a little bit. So I was stitching basically in the middle of the square. All this part of stitches were done in the middle of the squares, which is so sad, but not very sad because it's basically like up to 20 stitches and I will be able to redo them pretty much quick. So that's all. At least I found out that I messed up. I even tried to take it off. That's it. Okay, see you next time, anytime soon. And here we go. I'm trying to make something like wrap up of month of May of my stitching. Unfortunately, nothing to brag about. Not too much of a progress made, but I have a finish. Yay! This is what I was working on mostly in April, but I finished it in May. I believe I finished it on May 5th completely. It was FFO just recently, like a couple weeks ago. So it's a sunflower pumpkin from Mill Hill. A very beautiful project, and after today it's going away to the person it was made for. Very cute, isn't it? I believe it is very cute. I turn it into a magnet, so there is a magnet behind it. If you missed something, it was right in this video. Next, and next is the sunflower, some chip design from Amazon, I guess. I added, I believe, like 300 stitches in it, maybe 250 at least. I don't know. I count like as soon as I'm done with the whole like line, whatever is that, I count as like 100 something stitches. It's not 100, it should be like 1,000 something stitches, but I don't want to count. I just do the percentage. So 3 lines, it's going to be 20%. And I would say kind of like halfway done already. I decided I will do like just a few, like 50-30 stitches a day, and it will go forward a little bit slowly, but it will go forward. All right, and I'm going to get rid of these threads finally. I found a way to make sure I stitch without them so they don't ruin the impression, but I do not believe it's going to look like it's supposed to look like, because it's on count 11 aida, and it's not very detailed, so it's not going to be as good as they promise. But I will still do that. My stitches are not very perfect because the thread is like very low quality, and I started it right when I was returning back to stitching, and I didn't have much experience, so the first stitches are far from perfect. But I'm still going to have it the way it is because it's like memories. It's the way I can see the progress I'm making, so it's a good piece still for me, not for like selling or not for donating it somewhere, so it's just for myself. Here's my kitty. He needs some treatment for parasites because he's all covered with ticks and fleas, and I have something to do that. I just need to wait for the day or a couple days in a row without the rain, and I'll be fine, and he will be fine too. And next piece is my peonies. I think I have a progress of about like 600 stitches. something between 500 and 600 stitches over the month of May. So I'm slowly getting there, guys. Hopefully someday I will start doing just 500 stitches at least of the progress, and I will be amazing. It's like, not I will be amazing, and it will be amazing. Alright, next guys is my log cabin quilt. Mill Hill, as you understand, and didn't do much of a progress this month yet because I just started it. But I plan to finish it by July 4th. It's 54% done. Yes. I started last year on Memorial Day, and it was planned to be stitched completely by July 4th, but I had a very, very extremely busy month of June last year, and it didn't happen. I stitched as much as I could, but I'm not fully finished, as you see. Alright. And next surely comes, excuse me, once again. Next surely comes my beautiful temperature chart. 5 months are done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each shelf represents a month of a year, and each jar represents a day of the month. And colors are like suggested colors were approximately like very close to those colors that were suggested by the artist, by the designer. So it looks very good, I believe. I like it. I like it, really, really like it. And on camera it looks even better, like, because it makes it like view from distance. But in person it's not that cool. I mean, it's still cool, but not that cool. And I plan to add the year, and I don't know where should I go. I'm thinking probably here, 2025. And one more design. Is first pumpkin out of 4 pumpkins. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the design, but if you watch the video, you could see it. It's from Just Cross Stitch magazine, from fall edition of 2024, and it looks like that. That's the first pumpkin. I almost completed it. I want to finish it completely. I was hoping I will be done in May, but I didn't have time to finish it. But I'm going to do it any day this week. I will fill up these spaces. They are supposed to be stitched with the same color as the border right here. And I will add the stem or whatever is that. And no backstitching yet, because backstitching is supposed to be done a little bit later when more stuff will be stitched. And I hope by the end of June I will be able to add pumpkin on the left here, and I will be very happy about that. I did not count how many stitches I did this month because it's obviously not a lot. I think I made like 1200 stitches, but I did not count. I don't know, and I can't say for sure. And I'm a little bit ashamed because not too much of the progress, but I have to make money, so I have to spend my nights making extra dollars so I can survive, and I can have food and housing, so I don't have to choose one out of 2. Okay. And besides that, we need cars, we need healthcare, at least some of it. So it takes money and time. Unfortunately, the wages I make and my husband make do not work anymore for us. It used to be enough, and we even had some savings, but now it doesn't work anymore. So we have to work a little more than we used to do. Okay, trying to do something beautiful. Okay, it looks a little better. All right, I will keep working on some of these designs, probably most of them, besides the one that is already done. My design, the felt design, what is that, like radiation bear, is not going to be finished anytime soon. Because my daughter, she requested it to be done by the year she is graduating the college. It's supposed to be 2027, but we never know like what's her actual plan, and we don't know how it will go. So I will be working on that bear as far as I have to stitch the year. I will do everything, but I will not put it together until it would be, we will know her graduation date. That's it so far, guys. And the kids, my neighbor's kids, they decided to play basketball exactly at the time I'm filming. I love kids and I have nothing against it. It's just a little bit inconvenient at this time. All right, see you next month, and I will hope I finally have some understanding of how my life is going, and I will be able to do the vlogs every couple weeks. And also I do really hope I will do more progress this month, because I finally figured out how I can work around my stitching and how I can incorporate it. So I hope it will be more stitching this month. All right, see you in June. Bye bye.